Hi, I'm Andrea and welcome to Pink Cake Princess. I'm going to show you guys how to make a science cake toppers today. Really cute, so you can get really nerdy and create a science cake. You can also see how to create this really cute gravity defying beaker pouring into a flask. Perfect for your science cake, and if you do like cakes and cupcakes, don't forget to click the subscribe button here to see more free video tutorials from my channel. This is also part of a collaboration. You can check out more science fair sweets at the end of this video with the clickable links. Okay, I'm going to be using a fondant icing. I'm using some white fondant icing and I'm just rolling it out and tapering in one end to start forming my flask. Now gently pressing down and using my brush to open the flask at the top there. Now onto some red coloured fondant, just rolling it out on my board with my non-stick rolling pin. And I'm using my crafts knife to trim the rough edges off. And I'm going to wrap it around my flask. I'm using a little bit of water and my brush to stick it onto the flask. Trimming off the excess at the back there and pressing it in. I've rolled out two sections of white and red fondant and joining it together, trimming off the ends. This is to form my little test tube. And using the bottom of my brush to create the opening of the test tube. Now I'm using some No.18 wire. I'm going to trim off the excess of the wire. And I've rolled a little bit of red fondant and I'm just twisting it around my wire to form the flowing effect of the chemicals into the flask. Using a little bit of water, I'm going to place it into my flask, and I'm also going to attach my test tube into the wire. Now I've balled up different size of white fondant and I'm just going to glue it onto the top of the flask to create bubbles. And I'm going to stick it on and make it look like it's overflowing onto the flask and towards the table. If you are liking this so far, don't forget to click the like button below and click add to favorites if you want to save this tutorial for future reference. Do you remember using petri dishes in science? Well, this is what I'm creating here. I've rolled out some white fondant and I've used my circle cutter to cut out a disc of fondant, and I'm using the bottom of my rolling pin to create the shape of the petri dish. Now I'm using an edible black marker to finish off my flask. I'm also going to create some lines onto my little test tube as well. Now I'm rolling out some black fondant. Rolling over the ends there. And just shaping my little science tool. I can't remember what this is called, so if you know, please let me know in the comments below. Okay, just attaching it with a little bit of water and placing a little indent in the middle with the end of my brush. Putting it aside to set as I move on to my green fondant. I'm creating the little frog's legs here, just flattening the little legs and also cutting in the little bits at the end to form the feet. Okay, now onto the frog's arms. Shaping it to create the arms. Flatten it slightly and just using my little knife to cut in to create the hands. Rolling out a long section to create the body and just shaping it. I'm using my circle cutter just to cut out two little sections to place in the middle of the frog's body to look like it's been dissected. I'm mixing some brown and some yellow fondant together just to create that colour so that I can use it as the bottom of the frog's body colour. Now mixing a little bit of my red and the brown fondant just to create that colour. And rolling a little bit of red fondant, forming two little balls and then just attaching them together to form a little heart. and rolling out some brown fondant and doing a squiggly shape to form some of the intestines, and just some more little bits into the frog's body, attaching it all together with my glue or my water. Now onto some white fondant. I've just balled up a ball of fondant. Now I've rolled out a sausage shape and I've cut the ends off. I'm creating a tiny little round disc to place on top to form another science flask. Rolling out some yellow fondant and using another circle cutter to cut out a disc of fondant and then gluing it on to the bottom of my round portion. Pinching off the excess at the end and just pressing it in and rolling it up so it's all nicely attached. And attaching the top portions. Again, using my edible marker to finish off the flask. Okay, and just creating the opening at the top. Okay, now onto some orange fondant. I'm going to create a little book by firstly cutting out a rectangle shape. And for the pages, just a thick strip of white fondant. Placing it in the middle and folding over. And creating some indents on the side to create the pages. And also some indents on the outside to create the binding. And again, using my black edible marker just to write on E equals MC squared, just to let people know that it is a science textbook. Okay, and that's it. All you have to do is place it onto your cake, attach it with some water or some frosting, and let me know what was something amazing you guys discovered in science as a kid. Don't forget to check out more caking videos on my channel, and you can check out all these other science fair sweets by clicking the links here. Thanks again for watching, guys.